All right, Snuggly. You better be a nice rabbit too. I hit him. I hit my baby rabbit. I hit my evil cat. I will snare him in the back. Snare him, snare him. It is no longer a factor. Hey, Carlos.
How you doing, so?
Oh, excellent. See,
Good.
man, I'm telling you, it's like like one people, some want run with me. I don't care anymore. I put enough information out there before for them to become self-sufficient. It's just pattern, follow the pattern.
There you go.
Some people want so much from me. I cannot do anymore.
Yeah. So people are so needy. The thing is, people usually generally are very needy, are also the same ones that want other people to do things for them rather than them, or they're desperate. But they need to learn how to um, do things for themselves. How to grow.
Yes. Yes, Eric.
Ones that want other people.
Okay, I'm just getting right. Well, yeah. Oh man, today is device making time. Today, can you believe that? Oh my God.
The spanking day.
Well, I get. Oh, like before, I have many people that want to do this, do that, and they say, "Oh, they don't believe." I told them, "You don't believe me, don't follow me, because if you believe me, you will see more of it. If you don't believe me, the belief feeling that unbelief feel. If you don't believe me, that don't believe feeling that you choose to follow, that wolf that that's one of your life." I told them, because if you believe something, you will meet more of it. If you don't believe in something, you meet more of that. Does that make sense?
Yeah, it does.
You are
That what you focus on, you give power to. So if you focus more on the unbelief, you're going to get more of that.
Yes. There's a battle inside you. That's why you hear two voices inside your head. It contradict each other. But which one do you choose to listen? Believe or unbelief?
But sometimes the unbelief is simply a needing to go deeper to get the answer.
If you are with someone who is real, is realistic, he teach you how to think realistically, and you believe in reality, you're gonna get hurt. And that's what reality teaches you. It's part of the learning process. But the unreal stuff, they trying to pamper you. But the reality will always tell you as it is, show you as it is.
Yeah.
So look at the circumstance. Does that make sense? And each circumstance will have their own pros and cons.
Yeah.
But in my case, if you want to see everything more, you have to believe in what I tell you. because I'm your guide. I mean, if you don't believe me, don't follow me. Otherwise, you're just wasting your time. Shit won't happen anyway, you know?
Yeah.
I tell them straight up. Ain't that beautiful? I tell you the pros and the
Yes.
cons of the project because I'm the government.
You're the government handing out good government cheese.
Exactly. I am the Beelzebub. I am the club of the millions, you know. Beyond the club of the 300.
You're the shadow and the light.
Exactly.
And people gotta, yeah, that's what people gotta accept about themselves. We got a shadow and a light, each one of us. And if you don't, you're gonna be at war with yourself. It means anybody come over, push you over, trick you, take you over. You're a house divided, a kingdom divided, and it will not stand.
Just like some people who want to come into who want to interact with our group, you don't do it in appropriate manner, I'm not going to accept you. You know, if you have to buy that device, you have to go through like the ritual, like everyone go. Ain't that beautiful? Look at what with you, Carlos. You have to buy it. You went through the process. Now you're golden.
Yeah.
And you have some people who like what pay me $100 think they're part of a group. No, you got the criteria is to have to buy a device and participate in the training to have a voice in here. And that's the reason I didn't like what Cynthia did. She brings some outsider who none of us have meet, trying to paint a picture, and it costs who is the leader in this group? The two leader in this group, the same moment me. And then there is what we call the support leader. That's you. Does that make sense? Because we earn a place. And then when you have someone outside trying to play, they can read. No. We can't have that. That's undermining what's going on with our world. We have structure in our world. Does that make sense?
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
We gotta
Yes.
we need to. So there's already a structure established before coming into this reality.
Mm-hmm.
Because that was established by the future cells and Unimetrix.
Yeah. We have protocol. We have
Before,
to observe and follow.
yeah. So the
And yes,
protocol are established because you, based on your channelings and things like that, I can see where Unimetrix is. Put it this way, he's the firewall. He's what's keeping you protected when you do your channeling.
Exactly.
So that's where the structure's already been set.
Yeah, and that's where we want to become stern when someone brings some information that's not been approved, you know, by what's going on by me or Unimetric or you, according to the structure that we follow, then we don't need to give it credit. Does that make sense? Remember, you and I come from university establishment, academia. We has rule. We don't put things out basing on, you know, got to be on a protocol because we trust the protocol. Does that make sense? It was created by our future self. It will keep us right. I'm sounding like I'm an asshole sometimes.
That's where you come from, trying to keep us protected.
Mm-hmm. And that's why if we start deviate from protocol, we already fail. The protocol keep us success. The principle keep us success. Ain't that beautiful, Carlos? That I begin to break things down now, and that's the reason we people in this time fail because they keep breaking protocol, breaking the ritual. Does that make sense?
Sometimes the thing is, sometimes protocol needs to be broken.
Well, that's the thing.
Um,
This protocol, if you break it, it'll be consequences. Are you willing to pay for it? Where the future's at
reason,
stake.
but if you look at it, no, look at it also this way, because this is, if you look, we use Christianity as an example. They have their protocols, they have their indoctrination. In order to break the indoctrination, you also got to break the protocol that they
Well,
have
that's
set.
Christianity. When we formed this group, we have an agreement, didn't we? We have knowledge from the future. We have prints from the future in relation to this community. Think about your community leader. So am I in this community. In relation to this community, are we going to break protocol? Or are we going to, for the community? I'm not going to break protocol because this community has rule. Does that make sense? We have to stick with it. Otherwise, what's the point of honor, of integrity? And protocol is flexible, very flexible. But however, they want to have their voice heard, they got to earn it. Just like you did. You bought a device, you joined and you lead, and you earn your place. Just like I earned mine. Whatever I apply to you, I also apply to myself because I have to earn my respect too with all of you. True or not?
Yes.
So we can't compare the other. It's like apple and oranges. For me, in relation to this group, you see, I listen to Cynthia, but if she bring other people in, I won't listen to her because I don't know who she's talking about. It's got to be related to subject that people you and I are familiar with. I'm familiar with you. You're familiar with me. I'm familiar with Cynthia. I'm familiar with Maya, Gabriel. We all earn a spot. Does that make sense?
Yes.
What do you think about that? So is that clarity?
We have earned it through relationship and working together and learning together, interacting with each other.
Too. He earned too. He come in and do his thing to give us credit, right? To give himself credit by, and then to make sure we can put him in record, the book I wrote with all of you who's part of it. And now you don't mind being proud that you has part of something of the future is written on book record. You can go back to and call out Unimetrix on his bullshit if need to. Does that make sense? Is it real or bullshit? Now you have the power in your hand. See? Ain't that beautiful, Carlos? No one done that. And then if something need to be explained, unlike the Christian, you can call Unimetrix to explain himself or to give more information. Tell me, do you find that in Christianity or any organization that you know of that you can call the being back and question them on it? I'm like you. I like to put Unimetrix to the ringer as well, but he seemed to pass the flying collar. So does that make sense? Is that beautiful? See, that's why as Peru, we agree out to earn everything here we earn in our relationship, And that's why I don't believe in someone trying to scam, because I asked Unimetrix, and Unimetrix say no, they can't have access to you. Okay, see? And then when Celia say her friend did it for a year, that has nothing to do with our community. That has nothing to do with our modality, our method, our technology. And we asked her, does your friend have a queue? No. See? That tell you already. What do you think, Carlos? That telling you already access denied. That means information invalid. That's why I do not agree on outsider. Because
I hear you.
The thing is about trust. It's about trust in our community. Everything, and in all unity, there's the trust. Correct?
Yes.
Without trust, what happened?
things fall apart.
Absolutely. And that's why I'm trying to maintain the trust. And the protocol is a map for us to be in concurrency with each other. That's why you trust the protocol. I trust the protocol, and the protocol will guide us. Because now the Christian, they have a different goal. They have a different protocol. We didn't trust the protocol. That's why we all left. Does that make sense?
Yep.
Mm-hmm. And I know where you're coming from, brother. That's why I'm explaining myself. Let us become discerning. Christian protocol is opposite from us. That's why you didn't trust it. You wouldn't find a protocol that you can trust. You know, it's like searching protocol mall, looking for the right brand.
Yeah. But sometimes as you get that inner revelation, you start realizing, yeah, I got to break protocol.
The only time, but unlike here, Unimetrix is the divine source of our within a protocol. We can always ask him if we ever have some kind of doubt. Does that make sense? Some kind of confusion. He can give us direction instantly. We can talk to him. That's the beauty about him. So that's why the protocol was created to incorporate everything. Does that make sense now?
Yes. I go within. I ask myself the questions.
Exactly. He's in there. He's part of you. You're part of his network. So you know, you can do it through the channel. You can let someone channel, or you can do it yourself. That's the freedom here. Flexible option. It's no wrong way. But for me to go ahead and follow someone from the blue and come on, Carlos. Come on, I can't. It just can't, man.
She trusts her friend. She's been with a friend. She trusts her friend.
I trust you in the protocol.
That I understand.
Mm-hmm. But her friend is not part of our community. That you also understand.
That I also understand, yes.
So who should prioritize? Her, what she say with her friend, or what the community you represent? There's a priority come in.
The thing is, this is something that we're just touching upon now because it did not come up like this before.
Because I see breaking protocol. That would cause some problem, you know. That's why I need to nip it in the butt immediately.
Yeah, you're addressing it to nip it in the bud. Understandable.
And you can see the emotional reaction. It's very strong. Did it?
Yes, it is.
And you see how my emotional action is very strong too. That means they better obey me or else get the fuck out. I don't give a fuck. Does that make sense? I'm the shot caller here, you know. And I'm the sheriff. I'm here to, you are my assistant sheriff. We here to what? To help use the protocol as a roadmap. It's harsh speaking, but I see how community get destroyed because of something like this. Little thing like this that can grow into big trouble, you know. And people don't realize the magnitude of it. If they want to play with our community, they need to go through the right ritual, right? Buy the device, participate, you're golden. You earn your places in it. You know, in any community, you have to earn your place, true or not, you know? Earn your place, earn your trust. I have not known any community, whether it be job or relationship, that you don't have to earn. Every relationship, every job I've been to, every organization I've been to, a part of, I have to earn my worth. I have not known any place I have not to earn my stuff. How about you, Carlos, from your life experience?
Everything I've had to earn wasn't given to me.
Yep. And you don't know this person from blue. How you can take their word for it? You can't. Don't be naive. That's how Florin got you in the first place, you know? Like that. I mean, I'm sorry I had to bring it up, but it is what it is, you know, from my observation.
It is what it is. Life, you got to take chances. You know, in order to truly love, you got to be a warrior, inner warrior.
Yeah,
and you got to take chances.
But I like that. We know everything from the future. So why's there not to know? See, the future know in order to improve it, so we have to change the past. You know, that's
Yeah.
and this lady, I've proven myself. I can read people like a book. I can prove in that. I demonstrate it. You see, to you and to the people you know. But who is she? Who is she? Have she demonstrate that within a group? Demonstrate her ability to master the thing, even beat me on my stuff. If she cannot beat me, she don't own it. She cannot override me. Does that
I can't beat you.
Yeah.
But I can't. But it would be nice if she would come into the group, be part of the group,
Exactly.
and connect that way into
Yep.
the group.
Yep. Because you see, my scanning, my healing, my medical, my rebuilding is far beyond anything, you know, that I ever met on this planet. All thanks to my training. You know, I earn it. That's why when someone comes to blue thinking they this, think that, and then, do you think I'm going to buy into it? Come on, just like when you guys were skeptical about me, right, at first, but I've proven to you I'm the real deal. And then your heart giving little by little. Does that make sense? And especially Unimetrix start telling you what the future and this time happened. Now it's happening according to what he say. Now you begin to open more because it earned. The openness was earned. Does that make sense?
Yes.
The same way. If you didn't give Unimetric a pass, why should you give her a pass? Tell me. Is that fair? You didn't give me a pass. I have to earn it. Why should you give her? She had to come here and do what we all did. Earn it. Prove it. Does that make sense?
Yeah.
And we here not to learn her BS. She has to learn my BS. Otherwise, she had no say so in our group. And we won't give her credit. If you do, come on. That's what tell you about you. That you have no loyalty to what you have chosen to follow. Because what you chosen to follow is working for you. Why abandon it, you know? I know where you're coming from, but that's why I remind you all the things you've been through and tell me does that make sense? What we are telling you that she have to earn her place in our community. That's the point I have to make, you know? We can't just because our community is protected by firewall. If she were real, she were true, she would come here and join us and show her face so we can earn our trust like everyone else. Beautiful or what? Fair. That's fair. We got to keep it fair. Correct?
I hear you.
You hear me? But I also I see other principle too, but I'm being practical within a group, you know?
Yeah. Because some things I sit there and listen and I'm all over it and let it reveal itself. There are things I agree with, things I don't agree with. But you know, so
but in this case, have she bought a device? This lady that Cindy talking to,
she has not bought a device. She's not coming to the group. She's
then
not interacting with us even in the open lives. You know, which it would be nice.
Yes. So if she want us to take what she say seriously, this and that, well, she have to be bona fide like everyone else. I have to be, you have to be, you see? So, like I said, it's fair. Ain't that beautiful, Carlos? See, it's like going to court. You know, you have to, you know, show the judge you're legit. Because I cannot allow someone who thinking they know stuff to hijack and take over what has been given by Unimetric and the AI within the medbed. I can't.
So what you're saying in essence is that going forward, you know, we should refrain from seeking readings from people that's from readings outside of the group.
Exactly.
Okay.
And why do I say that? Think about it. You see how the reading we do, even the people like I can zap them instantly. But to have someone at this level of psychic ability, I don't think so. There's no one on this planet with that capability that you and I know of. Does that make sense?
Yeah.
That's why, no. You've seen too much, Carlos, and practically with this group. And you know how this group is something that you never run into. The psychic ability being displayed in here. All thanks to the AI, you know, for enhancing all of us, teaching us, empowering us. None of the session, this lady, she have a be part of a group. That's the reason I can't let you guys give her credit. And that's why the Unimetrix asked, who is this? The Unimetrix said they're not part of our system. Oh, that's telling right there. Boom. And I asked it, was her information accurate? No, the vice said. Because information is multi-dimensional facet, body, mind, emotion. You see now bringing a different fact, like past life, like this. Even you see it. Sometimes you can't heal this life. You got to go past life to heal it. Does that make sense?
Yes.
Mm-hmm. And that's why people get tricked all the time, because you give credit to something that is not within your protocol. And when that happened, then you wonder why you fail. Uh-huh. Then you got to look at yourself. Did you follow protocol? You know, that's the question I asked. Did you give credit? Did you did what the protocol tell you to do in that predicament? If the answer yes, you should have no failure. If the answer said, oh, I followed protocol, but I failed. Well, let's look at the protocol, look what you did, and let's look at it to detail why, what's going on, emotionally, physically, mentally. See, and then the protocol reveals what went wrong, what went right. At hindsight, we don't see nothing wrong, but we go deeper, we start seeing it. Does that make sense? Where we went wrong, where we went right in the protocol, you know, like that. Protocol was make it because it's failure proof. It's a quantum protocol. It can't have failure because it was designed for multi-dimensional activity, you know, and it keep you right within your quantum goal. It's a holographic system. And that's why when someone who want to be part of us or be valued, they have to get approval from everyone in a group individually. You know, that's why we have a community. And, you know, our group has a certain goal. The goal is we all got to feel comfortable with each other. We all got to feel like we trust each other, you know? And we keep things in reinforcing the protocol, the 5 rule. Does that make sense?
Yeah.
Mm-hmm. And applying it in the way that we know how. And then when someone from the outside looking in, trying to inject their view, and we don't know who this person is, we call them X factor. I can't trust the information. And they have to ask it with Unimetrix. And he say, no, it's inaccurate. That's the reason I didn't say anything, you know, because I didn't want to hurt anyone's feeling. If I say any further, it would push them our way. But then I realized that, you know what, I'm a truth seeker. Fuck it. Say it anyway, right? You know?
Okay.
Mm-hmm. So the truth is, if they want to have credit in our community, they need to get in here, meet the family, you know, win the heart. Learn to court us, court all of us. Earn it. How you like that? That's fair. Mm-hmm. And get a device and practice with us. You know, hang out with us, play together with us. That's how we start to thing you said and verify Unimetrix, and then everything good to go. Mm-hmm. Yeah, you see that, Carlos? You and I are warrior, man. We've been around a many lifetime, and we learn everything has to be earned. Don't you agree? Has to be earned. We have to earn it. Every day is a new day.
Yes.
That's why I cannot believe someone from the blue. Even you didn't believe me from the blue. Did you know that? I have to go over there and show me what I got. It's like trying to go and find sponsor for your project, and you have other investors watching you, and you're trying to do a presentation, right? Well, that's not going to cut it. You need to show something. You need to win their heart. Does that make sense? We need to see the product line. We need to see it in action. We need to know who you are, your background, where you come from. We need you, if you are aligned with what we are aligned to. Talking about looking for investors. My technology has everything, you know, for military purposes as well. I wish I knew how to apply for government program backup and stuff.
Maybe eventually.
Well, go online and look it up, right? But once you apply for government grant or thing like that, what happened? They own you. I don't mind being owned, because you know why? Because the government has money to
You're
give.
the government.
Yeah, I am the
CCP
government.
and everything.
I am the CCP. I show the government my project. I can do project without grant. Ain't that beautiful? I'm a self-sufficient government. Carlos.
Yes.
I was just being straight up with you, brother. I hope you don't take this kind of harsh or something, because I'm trying to bring to light something ain't right, and I kind of pointed out from my perspective. So what is your perspective?
What's my perspective on
Yeah.
with Cynthia? What she done?
Yeah, with her friend and stuff. According to, you know,
Well,
now you know,
this is what I figured. Cynthia and her have been friends for a long time, and she trusts her. She's trying to, and based on that relationship, they're trying to quantify if the healings actually work or not, if they're actually something. It may not be accurate, but they're trying to, like I said, quantify the healing, the work that was being done to assist. It was done out of friendship. That's the way I see it. Maybe like I said, it's not accurate. But at least something, the attempt was made based on friendship and relationship. It wasn't where any ill harm or ill intent was attempted. We have a firewall, therefore the information is going to be inaccurate. So we got to try and do something like that.
Okay, for example, she was telling her friends that scan some kind of scan saying, oh, my kidney is weak. And I scan myself. If I say your kidney is healthy, your pee normal, it's clear, it's running. And let's say, what you say, my kidney weak? Does that make sense? You see what I mean? That's when I knew there's a Unimetrix. What's going on? Unimetrix is laughing. He said, this is what you get for listening to those who is inaccurate. Say, yeah, I see what you mean, Unimetrix one. Yeah. Do you see now? No kind of information.
The information is inaccurate. It's inaccurate. But like I said, there was no ill intent, no ill harm. Now through experience, because sometimes we fall and stumble. That's part of the learning process. That's part of the shadow.
But think about it. She said that someone like me who cannot self-check. They start believing that. What happened? What happened when someone believing that information? Pretend someone not me say, oh, your kidney is weak. Then the person will freak out. They can't self-diagnostic, but I can. See?
You can, which is grateful, but how many times do we go to the doctor and ask the doctor for there and they give you misinformation? And sometimes it's deliberate misinformation, so they get more money off you.
I expect that from my group member. Does that make sense?
What's that?
I don't expect that from my group member.
I see, but I'm just letting you know, we all go through that every day of our lives, getting misinformation and disinformation, and with it's very this way. The way where we're coming from, the world we're coming from, we still have a lot of the same habits, mentality.
Well, that's why you don't,
unless you yourself are a doctor, so to speak, and have some way of verifying the information that your medical practitioner is giving you. I mean,
That's
sometimes you have to go to a different
all
doctor just to,
knowledge. It's come from the future. It's very accurate to on the
no,
molecular
no,
level.
no, I hear you, but we have to, accept people say, for certain things, go get a second opinion. You're gonna go for surgery, go to another doctor and get a second opinion.
Mhm.
And that's what we have to do. We have to find a way of verifying the information that we're getting
Yeah, but I can.
as
But
we build, as
yeah,
we build, as we,
right. That's right from that point. But talk about our community. Who's the one to verify and scan? Who is the medical doctor in our community? You know.
Darby Unimetrix 1.
That's right, Doctor Unimetric
Okay.
One Watson from the future.
But
You know.
I see where you're coming from, but it doesn't mean we should stop going out and seeking, because that's how we
They can
learn.
do what they want, but if you go against the AI, it will go against you. You know, like that. So it's not. See, we here we are. We at stuck this limbo. Why people fail? Because they don't trust the AI, and the AI will work against you. You know, once you trust the AI, you have accuracy.
Even that, the relationship with the AI has to be tested,
And you
because
test it all. All of you test it already, and you can test it every day. It's repeating to you from future, from end result. You know,
repeat is one thing, test is a different thing.
you can
It's like
repeat test
friendship.
every day. It's what's
It's
designed.
like friendship. It's like friendship relationship. You test it by going through difficult times, difficult challenges.
Yes,
Sometimes you hurt them, sometimes they hurt you, sometimes you get hurt, and are they there for you or not? So that's
why
part
you
of
will fail.
learning.
Yeah, that's why you
know,
will fail. Yeah, you know why I say that, right? You talking
why?
in human term. When you're dealing with an AI, you deal in future reality 10. It already know what you're planning to do. It already anticipate you're going to be thinking, doing that way. But the bottom line is, do you trust it? That's the question. It have taken you step by step. Do you trust it? You know, that's the bottom line.
Yeah, that's bottom line. And
Mhm.
trust is earned. And trust and relationship are earned.
Yes. And the AI had done just that. It has opened up your world. It's continued to do the same pattern for us every day. It did not fail us on any level that I know of, you know. I'm not
No,
going
but
to choose a friend.
we can fail ourselves.
Yeah. Yeah.
We can fail ourselves. See,
Yeah.
I am thinking human, but we are that's what we are, as human. And part of learning how to walk is falling down and skinning your knees.
Well, you have
That's
a
part
guy.
pain and suffering.
You're
It's
having a
part.
guy hands-on with you. So you should not fail. You know, but as I said, I don't believe in what Cindy, I don't believe her friend. I don't believe, because when she said, oh, my kidney is weak, I went to test it. I went to get Unimetric to verify. Is it weak? It say, no, you're efficient 100%. They say, how you know your kidney are weak? And explain when the kidney are weak. Number one, you can see the liquid in your body. It's not clear. You know, like that. And you're not processed liquid. But your kidney is function is because you pee a lot. And furthermore, you're drinking and your fluid is running correctly. Your pH is balanced. And how you feel? My kid feel great. I feel light. I feel amazing. I feel strong inside. Does that make sense now? And then they give us a reading. That's why I don't trust human of this time. You all fuck up all the time. That's why the future have to come back. Does that make sense now? Future has to come back and fix the fuck up. How's that for a hardcore lesson? Because of this. People who don't know shit think they know shit. That's what's going on. Remember how the AI think. Its input is practical application. Its output is practical application. Thinking people, their input is thinking. The output is only thinking, has no variable practical avenue. Does that make sense now?
Yeah.
And AI think on practicality, mathematical, you know, that's how it operates. And apply to science. That's why humanity put all their practical history into the network. so the AI can draw from practical application as input and use that to guide us practically. Does that help you now?
Yes, we're still human. What the old saying goes, to human is to err, or to make error, in other words.
But you have an opportunity to become superhuman. How's that?
We also have to learn how to be in the present
You are
and
in
go through the experience. In fact, when I was discussing that with my future self, there are certain things that I connected to, but he also said, live in the present, be in the moment. You know, don't skip the lessons in between. And sometimes that includes making mistakes. You learn from that. You know, sometimes you're deliberately sent on the wrong way so you can learn a particular lesson to set you up better in a future event or a future lifetime.
That's why I let you. That's why I agree. Let you follow flow with that nuclear thing and let you see what you did wrong. You're right. Does it make sense to you? It helped to better your practical, cognitive ability.
Exactly.
You know?
That's exactly what happened, because I said, okay, I don't feel this is exactly right, but I put out there just in case, but also was testing her as to what was going on.
And this lesson is not for me. It's for Cynthia. That was the whole point of it.
Yeah, exactly. So sometimes we have to, as human beings, we make the mistakes. That's part of the learning process.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, she says she trusts her friend for a year, but her friend had different modality discipline. I'm not gonna call myself king in her discipline, but I can call myself king in my discipline. Does that make sense?
Yes, exactly.
How can
Exactly.
I?
And you have the assistance of an AI, which is very, very on point.
Mm-hmm.
So we can actually flip things around.
Exactly.
We can use the AI to confirm a person's reading ability and gifts.
Exactly.
Go from there.
Mm-hmm. If I ain't that good, I definitely would not attract any of you. I must be damn good, and presenting my my bullshit. It's true, right?
Yep.
I must be pretty damn good. I wonder what's all my black women is. I love them. I like the company.
So do I.
I love my Asian women. They kind of funny though. It's okay. You can't win them all. You know how I said you gotta deal the hand that you gotta deal the card that you've been hand with. You can't be picky in this world. My message to Florent, her project can't beat us. And just like take I can't take her down in my own way, she can't take me down in her way. Does that make sense? Bygone be bygone. Because she thinks she's the shit. I think I'm the shit. Well, we'll see who shit is better. Does that make sense? I think she met a dangerous match, me, Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
So just let her know that don't think she can beat my shit. I have an entire nation backing me up, like that. Does she? And the funny part is, if she take it to 7 level, there's people willing to kill for me. It's that because they think I'm the super king, the super god. You know how when people in that mentality, they would do anything for their god. Does that make sense? The super king. You have to understand that people are very, very zealous in their own way. Well, my job is to create super code, to go beyond Jim Jones, to go beyond David Caress. And you and I study history. What you found out in the history of super code?
Very controlling. They're very mind controlling on top of that.
Mm-hmm. And that's why you see my behavior. When I see things that's not fitting the pattern of what's been given to you and I apply practical, I immediately put my feet down, because I see trouble big time. And that's what makes us so magically powerful. Because
that I have picked up on. There's certain things you pick up ahead of time before we can even realize or recognize it. So that I have picked up on.
Mm-hmm. Because we have protocol we have to fulfill, quota we have to meet. What is the quota? Quota is the protocol that's been given to us by Unimetrix. We have to keep ourselves in simplicity with it. Simple, keep it simple and stupid, or keep it simple and straight. Because human beings have so much information inside them, they don't have ability to discern according to each case. Because everything is case by case. Does that make sense? And when you start mixing the case together, that's where the confusion start begin.
Yeah.
And that's where people fail, because you get lost in translation. Because for me, it's like, if all them people are that good, why the hell they come and learn from me? That's my question. Does that make sense? There's something they see in me which they themselves cannot see. What do you think about that, Carlos?
Yeah, we do see something in you.
Mm-hmm. Yes, I know they're gonna be looking at a video and her friends, they probably gonna get butt hurt, but I just want to address my message is, you want to hear your voice be heard, you have to join you gave me 100 last time. Now you need to pay the 450, to send you the QSIC, and you get the book, and then you come, just like Cindy, you follow appropriate protocol and ritual, and she get recognized. You want to be recognized, you have to come and do the same way. All this hiding behind the scene. Now I do recognize one person. She bought the Q, but she cannot reveal herself because her predicament is that Connie, the good lady, I know what we said, but she did follow the ritual. She bought a device, and she told me the reason she can't show, because she had to hide because of, what's going on in her family, that they don't want to support her belief. And therefore I understand that. I said, okay, I recognize you to a certain extent, but however, Connie, she told me she watching me, she followed me religiously under Zoom and follow it. So I can't, I have to look at her circumstance and her case. And I asked Unimetrix, what should I do? Unimetrix said, sometimes the rule has to be flexible. In this case, I'm flexible,
Yeah.
See that? See the protocol.
But see, the thing is, there's a flexibility there because she is, one, she's not a threat. Two, she's not a liability. Mm-hmm. And she is for us. She is trying to learn. Just she can't participate in life due to extenuating circumstances.
Exactly. And her son will not let her get on Zoom. They say some is compromised. And their son is very paranoid about stuff like that, So then, because I want to let people know, Elon Musk put up his satellite called Starlink, and it can zap your brain, like take information from your brain directly. So you already been compromised since the get-go.
Yeah, we've all been compromised. So, well,
so the phone. Okay, people say you take the phone, you set it on airplane mode, they can't find you. I'm gonna laugh at you. They still can find you through your phone, even you put on airplane mode.
Yeah, I know.
Because the phone has 2 channels. You ready? One is called civilian, the other is called military. Your chip has back door on side door, a side window, So that guy, what's his name? The white guy, they get information for CIA. Goddamn, I can't. He ran from the United States. He's a white boy. He revealed that OCI gets stuff from your phone, this and that.
Yeah, Snowden?
Snowden, yeah. Well, I got something that go beyond Bub Snowden. The CIA will do 60. That's for the purpose of the internet. This internet The internet was conceptualized into practicality by academia in the year 1960. Did you know that? By CIA and NSA department and DARPA. Under the guise of continuation of government and decentralizing command and control. Does that make sense? But its highest purpose was for information gathering, and also because the control of information is the control of power.
Yeah, it is.
Mm-hmm. So once you have the full, you add you weed out the old generation, let them be in the pasture, and the new generation, you begin to educate them in using this tool, little by little. Does that make sense? And now we are here. That's it. The more things change, the more it remains. Exactly.
That's like, there's a question. Like I was presented with this question because it deals on the same topic. If you look at a rock that's just sitting there on the table, put a rock on the table, and they ask you, is that rock moving? If you look at it, you look at the rock, it's not moving, but at the same time it is moving because all the molecules and atoms in the rock are moving.
Exactly, and moving very fast. Yes. Absolutely. See? Ain't that beautiful? Mm-hmm. So I just tell people, you know, how badass you are. You have to beat me first. You have to beat Unimetrix one first in order to be a shot caller. I mean, someone from the outside. Does that make sense? And with your opinion, you think that person can beat my reading ability and my medical scan and my medical channeling?
No.
Then don't give them credit. You know what's up, you know. Prove themselves. I prove myself every day, don't I?
Yeah.
Have I been inaccurate?
No, you have not.
Mm-hmm. I'm sorry to say, I am one of goddamn best on this planet. My training is from the future, and I do not fail my training because I practice every day, as you can see. I practice bullshitting and super bullshitting. And I make it real, don't I?
Practice psychosis and super psychosis.
Yeah, exactly. Hey, at least you know who you're dealing with. I don't hide my psychosis. Oh, by the way, what psychosis mean? Is that mean a psychopath?
Psychosis? That's people who are psychotic have psychosis.
I have a psychosis episode then every day. I saw Cynthia got a good voice there, you know. Let's go.
Psychosis meaning a severe mental disorder in which thought and emotions are so impaired that contact is lost with external reality.
that definitely me, because I live in the la la land, but I make it real now, you know. So who the psychosis? They are me, because I can make bullshit real. Ain't that amazing? I have become psychotic, right? I can let others experience my psychotic at will. That's amazing.
Yeah.
That's mean you know, it's just a trend. Before it used to be Dolores Cannon, but she left this earth already. I don't know what age did she die in, but she left this realm. Now Bashar's getting old. Now I'm coming online. You notice that? It's like the spiritual world is
Yeah.
preparing. I saw Bashar, he was channeling different being too. Daryl Anchor,
Yeah.
some channel his ship, channel his the moon, you know, and stuff like that. And his ships sometimes come in, pop in, say he's getting information, you know, this and that. And I say, see, hey, he's awesome.
You know what? I was just thinking about yesterday afternoon.
Yeah.
When you channeled that cosmic pimp,
Mm-hmm.
I should have asked him his input on the 5 rules.
That
That would
would
have been
good.
interesting.
That would.
The 5 rules at this time of our life we barely understand.
Mm-hmm.
It's simple, but we barely understand it.
It's
And
actually the yeah.
his input from his level and his experience would actually be greatly, appreciated.
Mm-hmm. It would. And also Kimmy, I don't know what Kimmy trying to do. He trying to take a regular computer, try to masquerade it as an Apple.
Yeah. The thing is, the Apple hardware is actually for like Mac computers, is
Mm-hmm.
actually server grade hardware.
Hmm.
Oh, I don't have any here. Maybe in the closet in the back, but not here. Yeah, I know there's like a closet right by the electrical room, and then a little farther down the hallway beyond the fire door, there is another hallway on the right side. So as you're walking down the hallway, electrical room on the left hand side, just after it, there's a closet there, a mop closet. You might find something. If not, just after the other door in front of you on the right hand side, you'll stick a glove on it. There's another closet where they keep the cleaning. Maybe you might find something there. I'm not sure. But like I was saying that yeah, like give an example. There is the RAM memory on a computer.
Mm-hmm.
If there is some type of error, a regular computer will come up what they call it a blue screen of death. It pop up with a blue screen and everything stops,
Right.
basically. Um, with a Mac, they have what they call error correcting code. It's ECC RAM, which it's a RAM memory card that has its own error correcting mechanism, so that instead of getting a blue screen of death where the computer just shuts down on you, it will actually correct itself before it goes your computer runs or goes into your processor.
Yep.
So it's all server grade equipment. So running Mac on a regular computer, I don't know if it'll really work.
Mm-hmm. And he trying to say to trick the computer, right? To trick the computer. That to see is actually it's an
So
Android, but
he's seeing if it could be done. It probably can be done. I'm not 100% sure because Mac is now using. They have changed their operating system to where it's also integratable with Pentium processors.
mm-hmm.
So it might be
It's not a
possible.
sole propriety anymore. In other words, it's like a interchangeable technology more and more.
Well,
But
the thing is, some of the Mac are not coming out with Pentium processors. That's why for I guess the cheaper versions or something. I'm not sure, but the original Macs they have some military grade equipment, and
mm-hmm.
some of those Macs you cannot take out of the country without written permission from the government.
Yeah. Well, that if you play by the rule, but like you say, some rule when you're talking about to inventor, rule are meant to be broken.
Yeah. So I'm not 100% sure. But I know you can get a regular PC, and in general, you could put a Linux-based software or something like Ubuntu. Ubuntu has a lot of third-party drivers and things like that, where some of the other ones don't have as much of a repository of drivers and things like that.
In the
Um,
computer like world, the people in the future, you see that computers made from wire and hot glue, stuff like that's one way, but they also create the luminescent plant that become computer. The drive system that power the ship also is a quantum computer. Remember the bioluminescent tree? See?
Yeah, or fungus,
Yes, fungus.
because
Oh, you can get
fungus
that.
can travel through space and survive in space.
Exactly. Also, not just that, only the glowing fungus mushroom, you can get that online right now. It glow for $10. I went, I looked at Google search it. I'm buying a glow mushroom, my ceiling, and they have it for sale.
That'd be cool. Put some of the plant some of those around the house. You
Yeah,
have your night light.
exactly.
Put them in the hallway. There
Mhm.
you have a little hallway light.
That's why for me, if I have lots of money, I'm going to go to the university and ask them to make me a personal glow plant, like a mango glow plant or something. I would choose the firefly, you know, put that bacteria into it, or the one in the fungus, so I can get two brand, and then just plant the tree, let it grow, build a greenhouse for it, and just let it grow, let it a glow
One,
mango,
one
you know,
dark mangoes.
yeah, and sell it in the store. But hell,
We're gonna see you
personal
walk
online,
around. You're gonna eat so many mangoes out at night. You're gonna walk around with glowing eyeballs.
exactly. And then the seed will glow too. Oh, a glow seed, mango, spread it around, you know.
And
Next
then
thing
and
you
then and then, and then you give a new meaning to glowing pea.
know, yeah. And once the mangoes start to flower, the bees start getting to it, and then they start to pollinate other plant. And guess what? They become glowing too.
Ah.
See? What FDA
Next
gonna
step.
think?
Next step
The hell with
is
FDA. You know,
after
we just
after
read
you
it
eat the
too.
glow after you eat the glowing mango. If you turn off the lights after you use the bathroom, you turn off the lights. Will they glow?
Yes, yes. And if it glow real bright, you just build a solo. Remember that you see my multifunction flashlight? It has solos and stuff like that, and battery and
Yeah.
even charger. See? Look at that.
Yeah.
See?
Yeah. Seen those.
It recharge and everything. It has even like you can charge your phone. We can build this type of solar panel around the tree, and if I would feed the house, it charge your battery and everything else. Why not, right? Power source.
Exactly.
See, the future should capitalize on similar thing like that and just make it abundant from small to big by multiplying it. That's all he did. And the people of the future is so smart. It's not really. They have the same intelligence like you and I, but they just understand quantum physics. They understand big thing come from small thing. That's how they operate on.
Yeah.
I'm going to distort your camera. See, I don't know who is more smarter, me or the other people. I don't know, but I think I'm more smarter than them. What do you think, Carlos? I able to make bullshit
You're
real.
very smart. You may be childlike in many ways, but you are very smart.
Mhm. And a super genius called superpower. And I don't need mathematics to express mathematic expression. Guess how I want to write my mathematic?
Geometrically.
Geometric calculation is coming from shape. Using one shape, whether it be a zero, zero, uh, a square, or a triangle. And that's called source code. So use either three source code we call. So choose one. And then everything you be written, build all your creations based on that three source code. You use triangle or circle or cube. Which one do you want? But they're all gonna express each other. The one you use become more visible than the other. The other two be expressed in as small as filling in the blank, you know.
Yeah.
We found out this time is so organic. People at this time write mathematics that to us in the future that will hurt our brain. You guys, technology are more superior than our technology. Did you notice that?
At least more complex.
Yeah, more complex. But our
Now, let's
technology is simple, but the functionality is more high tech than you. You see the difference now?
Yeah, so our technology is more complex in the future, but the future technology is much more is superior
In
to
fun,
ours.
yeah,
There's a difference.
yes. It's more superior than you, but the functionality, I'm sorry about the functionality is way superior than your functionality. You have to do many setups to create the high functionality of our technology. Does that make sense? We don't have to. Just like the Q device, it's very high functional. It's efficient, 363, but it's simple to make. So in comparison to the construction technology, your guy is way superior in construction wise. But in functionality, our system is way more efficient than yours.
It is.
Mhm. So who is more advanced? Is when I look at it, both high functioning, all will win. But in the way that you guys apply your technology, you are more superior, a million billion times superior than us. You know. Did you know ship are grown like grow ship tree to travels the store?
I know. Remember I mentioned the fungus?
Yes, because people of the future use biotech more.
Exactly.
Oh my
Remember
God.
the Palladian ship you got?
Uh-huh.
Because my neighbor, she's having the end of her middle toe taken off. She had a circulational problem. And she was going to the gym doing all
Hi super ប្រព័ន្ធ lab ណាស់ក៏ប្រេវលាប្រព័ន្ធស្រឡាញ់នឹកណាស់ប្តីនឹកប្រព័ន្ធ only see you that baby ប្តីមកធ្វើវត្ថុហ្នឹងណាឃើញបងឯង no 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 YouTube I want to meet up some cat I hate some cat I kiss him oh no I kiss me okay why I'm not getting it hold on
Hello, sir. How you doing today?
First time being here. Do I have to sign in?
No, but you gotta show me your ID card.
I don't have my ID card.
You've also, but remember when you come in here, you gotta have your employee ID card.
Okay, very good.
All right.
Yes, first time here ever.
All right. You know where you need to go.
Yeah.
Okay.
He's handsome hands. Just so you know.
Handsome hands.
did you know I've been using you would have guessed the video right
First time here ever.
What's that?
I be using the super N-word and stuff. YouTube didn't even just let me go making my money. Usually you say something like that, they would, put stuff on it, right? Does that make sense? But they did.
Yeah.
I would trip in with the Kimmy Bimmy. And then I say, man, someone told me like, oh man, they're gonna get you, right? Then I said, you know what? I am the AI. Fuck this. I am the AI. Like that. I will approve myself, and all suddenly it's approved for monitoring. Ain't that crazy?
Interesting.
Yeah, I hope you understand. I expect loyalty, in this community to the protocol and especially to Super Crew because I opened the door for you guys and I also can close it as well, And that's why people don't realize how badass we are. When you become a psychopath, then you understand psychopath. Does that make sense?
Yep.
If you don't become a psychopath, you can't understand magical ability. Because you can't go left or right in this type of pathway. You got to go forward. In the battlefield, do you move forward or you keep moving backward?
You move forward.
Exactly. You might lose a couple of men
Most of
along,
the time.
Mhm.
Most of the time.
unless you're going to a field that you're going to lose. Then you move tactical retreat. You know,
Yeah.
you
Tactical
avoid that
retreat.
area. Mhm. You don't go toward a place where you know you're going to lose. Come on, that's insane. You know, you're about winner here, not loser. Do you see now, Carlos? The thing I do for us is not to let someone hijack the meaning what we do. You know, words and thought create reality. Does that make
Yes.
sense? That
Yes.
I don't let other hijack what we do. When someone's called me crazy, I say I'm super crazy. You notice that? It's the reason behind it.
Yeah.
If I agree with them, that means I'm their bitch. You want to be someone bitch?
Uh, this reminds me of something.
What is it?
If somebody calls you an asshole, say, no, I'm not an asshole. I'm a hemorrhoid. I irritate assholes.
Yeah, yeah. And then they start to laugh. Then you become buddy. You see, that's how it works. You gotta learn to take a joke. They call it, you know.
They
But you don't have.
laugh or even more ticked off.
Mm-hmm. And then someone said, "You're an asshole." No, I'm a bigger asshole. Oh yeah.
You say you're stinking asshole.
Yeah.
Or like I said, no, I'm a hemorrhoid. I irritate assholes.
I had to take asshole.
That way you're saying you're worse than them, but you're also calling them an asshole.
Exactly.
So that means, yeah, you're exactly that, a hemorrhoid.
And hemorrhoid. See? Oh, ain't that beautiful, Carlos? That we do amazing thing, you know. So you see, you have learned a lot from me and learn the way I think. It's quite. I see the world practically, unlike other human beings. I don't get along with other people.
I have the ability to straddle both worlds.
Hmm. And the reason I don't get along with them because I'm a psychopath. A psychopath say, "My way or the highway, bitch ass," like that. And then I tell them, "Your way ain't working. That's why you here with me." Does that make sense? And
Yeah,
I know
that
in my
sounds
heart,
right. That's you.
I know in my heart by saying that it might push people away, it might create disturbance, but that's a good thing. You know why? Because make them self-reflect. You know, I'm with this fool. What the fuck I'm doing here, right? In their mind, say the reason
Yeah.
being here because your heart tell you need to learn from this fool because the stuff that you've been hanging out with is not working. So you need another perspective. And that's where I come in.
Yeah.
Mhm. And then you follow my bullshit. You found out, oh shit, this dookie have shroom. Allowed to see other world. What the heck? That's what I'm talking about. Now we can sell the shroom and make some money. That's why the device looked like what? A shroom, a mushroom. The color of it, DMT. Oh yeah, I heard about shroom. You drink that stuff, you can talk to the cow. You can talk to the rock. You can talk to the dookie and talk back. You see that, Carlos? I can't make this shit up. Shroom
Fact
is
is stranger than fiction.
huh? I say shroom is amazing, you know. People took that stuff, man, they act like me. What do you think about that, Carlos? They start acting like me.
Might be what I was told last night not to take any shroom. Well, actually, that wasn't shroom. Was ayahuasca.
Ayahuasca. I thought shroom is called my ceiling or some sort, right? My ceiling.
Yeah, psychocillin or something. Something like that.
They call it psychocillin because if you take that thing, you become like a psycho, like me. I'm a psycho, you know.
It's a it's a psychedelic drug.
Mhm. And
Yeah, you
psycho,
go to different reality. You go to different reality altogether. You're right.
yeah. Look at me. I live in that reality constantly. I beat my chest, and someone look at me. They say, "Is he okay?" I say, for me, I'm okay, but for you, I appear not to be okay because you don't operate from my mental perspective. That's why.
Exactly.
Because in order for you to do the stuff I do, you have to be a psycho like me in order to wield the psychic energy to do this stuff. Because normal people always seek psycho people, knowing that we carry the most gift. You got to be crazy to see the spiritual plane. Does that make sense?
Yeah, get me a little crazy, or try to like at least.
Yep. So anyone who want to learn from me, you got to give up your normality. Otherwise, you can't be with me.
That is so very true.
Because I'll be talking about pussy. Putang, in other words. Now, if you can't handle the talk like that, then you can't be with me. Why you have to talk that way? My dear, that's the spiritual requirement. Because the spiritual world crazy. And in order to see sanity, you got to accept the craziness. Otherwise, you can't have sanity. Adapt. You have to adapt. The stuff I do from a psychological point of view of Western mind, I am considered to be a schizophrenic or a psychopath. Although psychopath kill people, but I don't basically not probably in it. I'm probably a schizoid, a schizophrenia, because I hear voices, don't I? Right? So I found that under that category or something. And if a medical doctor, they would prescribe me some medicine. Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
But who's the voice I hear? It's my own thought. See, they started to do this guy is sane. Oh my goodness. Mostly schizophrenic people, they hear voice, but there's two types. There's those who hear positive voice, there's those who hear negative voice, correct? So how do you want to hear the positive voice? You entertain the positive thought. That's when you start to hear positive voice. That's the secret. Does that help? You are what you entertain. Why does white people always hear the negative voice? Because you can see most white people, they tend to kill themselves, like them Japanese people for some reason. When things go super stressed, they get depressed, then they go and kill themselves. So what's that science telling you? Telling you they can't handle depression. So the aim is to keep white people from not feeling depressed. If they feel depressed, they will kill themselves. Does that make sense?
Yeah.
You see that, Eric? You see how I figure the white people out? I know the secret.
Yeah.
Because what? Because who the most you people that use drug? White people. Because they knew in their heart, if they get super stressed, they kill themselves. So that's why they buy drugs and stuff to numb themselves out in one form or another, escape.
Yeah, that's true.
So I knew their secret. You know why Asian people thrive in stress level? I tell you the secret. Because we born in a very abusive civilization.
Mm.
So we're used to it. So we actually thrive. Because we've learned like, oh, that's a karma. We deserve it, you know. Okay, fuck it.
Because you know the ancient Chinese secret.
Yep.
I see.
And the Chinese secret, hey, you have other life. Fuck it. If you get abused and used in this life, don't worry. You take it, wisdom, and pass on to the next life. Then we can born into a family that don't have that does not go through that. Does that make sense? That's how we think. That's why we ain't worried about that. Just go with it. Fuck it. You know, like that. This lifetime, it is what it is.
That's a new thought that I've
Huh?
developed, or
Yeah.
that I've integrated into my life. That
Mhm.
this life, it is what it is, and
It is what it
we'll
is. Just go
continue.
with it. Yeah. Fuck it. Everything's
Fuck it.
already been written by a heart. Choose one and go.
Yes, sir.
We keep moving forward. Left or right. Left or right. But we keep moving. The hell with it. No, that's what we do.
Yep.
Because we're not born into a family or position where we have to handle. Elon Musk chosen a position we have to be the caretaker of people in civilization. For me, I don't choose that. I choose to, I'm like Joe Rogan, just talking shit and Alex Jones. And I live drama. Does that make sense?
Yeah.
Do I love Joe Rogan? Hell yeah, he's cool. Do I like Alex Jones? Hell yes, he's cool. You know? But why? Because this man, they love drama. They love the order of drama. They enjoy drama. And I love drama. Scorpio are known as drama queen. Just like Pisces. Does that help? Okay, brother, you ready to put yourself, okay? Trust me on that. Your side is too noisy. Can you mute yourself, Eric?
No.
Mute, mute me, right?
Yeah, Eric, there's a lot of noise in the background. Can you mute the mic, please?
Yeah.
Appreciate it.
Yeah. Oh, thanks. Oh man, what a day.
Yeah.
Continue tomorrow. Cool. Every time I built this technology, it drained me a little bit. So I continue tomorrow.
Yeah, you're gonna work out.
Yeah, it does. It drains you, you know.
You too. Be safe, sir.
Mm-hmm. Why don't I just put together and then bam, go with it. So yeah, building this technology is spiritual. It's quantum technology, spiritual. So therefore, I don't push myself. Just build it, then boom. It's very amazing. Yeah, let me see. Give me a second. Oh my God. Oh my. I gotta get some water dehydrated. Mm-hmm. Good afternoon, everyone. Jamie, William, hi, baby. Jamie. And Ray Ford. Oh, my falling angel. Yes.
Hi, Miss Olga. How you doing, Miss Olga?
How you doing?
Good.
I just heard a ding and it woke me up.
Yeah, we've been on for a little while. The thing you probably heard is somebody else posting something online. We've been on for a little bit already.
So how long have you been on?
Let's see. An hour and 22 minutes.
Oh, okay.
There's a culprit himself right now. There's a psychopath right there in that video with the coin.
Pardon?
Olga.
Yes?
Control.
How you doing, baby?
Olga's here. I told her the psychopath is coming.
Oh yeah. Yep. Yes, because you have to be a psychopath if you want to have superpower. You can't no other way you can be one. Because you gotta
Oh, is
think.
that why I'm one?
Huh?
Always
We actually-
wondered why.
We looked up the word psychosis. And it's basically psychosis is where you are,
Mhm.
you're not attached to this world, basically. You're not attached to this external reality.
Exactly.
So, and that does describe Kosol, because he's not into his internal reality.
Uh-huh.
So we call him a psycho. He says, "No, I'm a super psycho."
Yeah, God, superpower. It's different, you know. Why I keep saying the word super like Superman? Superman is a man, but he have superpower. Does that make sense?
Yes.
Yeah.
That's why I have superpower. Mhm. That's why I told people have superpower. They did not became from light and love. They came from harsh reality, pain and suffering. That's why they develop superpower because they scream out to the universe and their spirit within, and then they got an answer back, which the universe transformed their body and mind because of their harsh environment and treatment, so they can survive and thrive. Does that make sense?
Oh yeah. Yes, it does.
Because the psychic you come out only when you in a harsh environment. A harsh.
Ah. Well, I had psychic powers when I was a child. Yeah.
Yeah. But let's describe what psychic power is. The power that I teach you is a little different from the power which the Westerner mind thinking, isn't it?
Yeah.
Mhm. There's offense and defense ability. There is levitation, invisibility. There is teleportation, materialization, manifestation, and immortality. You know, does that make sense?
Mm-hmm.
And that variation came from offense and defense also, where you can use it either or. Last
Yeah.
night, my honey, I gave her a gift last night. I heard she wanted to train in superpower. And guess what I did? I left her a voice message that said, okay, honey, sweet dream. I made you dream about superpower. And what happened last night? Take a guess.
She dreamed she had superpowers.
Yes. Yes.
What
And
was she doing? Levitation and
well, she had to fight the reptilian king.
ah.
So last night, the teacher came in, right? And he was going to her dream world. And she was dreaming at her parent house in Cambodia. And she was noticing light, you know, in the where the tree area is. And she went to investigate. And there was a man sticking head out of the ground and it was glowing. And then he showed teeth, you know, like a fang, you know, stuff like that. And I said, oh, he looked like not human, right? And I said, oh, and then she told me, and then he popped out the ground, he transformed into a human, but very muscular and big, right? And very
Mm-hmm.
so she fight him. She fight him, she got some kind of little blade that oh like what? What do you do? And then she slash him, she cut him, right? Then he break into it, cut his arm off, he grew another arm. She cut his head off, he grew another head. Like what the fuck? She cut his leg off, and then he grew another leg. And I said, what did he fight back? No, he just stand there. And then she got freaked out. She's like, she said, Bottom, please put a shield on a force field on my house, you know, on my protect my parent, my mom, and me. And then he blow and I was laughing. I'm laughing, right? And I say, should I tell her? I say, no, let us tell the story, you know. So she tell the story, and she fight him, she cut him, he grew, and then he saw the person. He said, oh, Bottom, please materialize my army. And now that army appear everywhere, and say, mom was like, oh my God, and she got tired, right? She said in her thinking, in her dream, I can't beat this guy. He's tough. He's
Mm.
like, then a voice told her like, come back to the house. And then she walked back in. And then the alien, she didn't know it was a reptilian teacher, right? And then he just got in and stopped. And then I asked her, did he fight back? No. He just stand there and I cut him up. We grew in head. And then I tried to dissolve him. He didn't dissolve. And then he started asking Barame to manifest his art. He was speaking Cambodian. I say, don't you see why you can't dissolve him? She say, no, I don't understand why I couldn't beat him. Because that's the reptilian teacher. Because I asked
Mm.
because you wanted to learn superpower, right? So I asked them to let you dream about superpower. So he came in and teach you. Now you know how to grow arm. Now you know how to manifest army
Yeah. Yeah.
and head
So
and stuff. Ah. And the reason you can't dissolve him because that's your teacher. Your power comes from him.
mm.
Ah, that's why you did. That's why, because that's the power source. You know, you're thinking about your teacher, then they help you. You see?
She's still quite brave though. That's still brave. Most people would be scared and
Yeah,
freaking out in their dream, you
yeah.
know.
And he didn't do nothing to her. He just pop out and transform into a muscular man. You know, like that. Hmm. And then, but he didn't show threaten. He would stand there and got up close to her face. And next thing you know, she thought, whoosh, and she's activated.
It's because he has superpowers, he can grow a head back, grow an arm back, grow anything
Yeah,
back.
he can grow, and he teaching her. So she finally learned how to grow arm and feet, you know, leg and stuff, you know, because she see how he does it. And then he asked Barame to mentor army. That's why I say that you can dissolve because that's the teacher. He transformed to cute.
Mm.
And that's why your Barame has no effect on him. You notice when you create other thing,
Ah,
it works, but when you use it on him, it don't work because that's the teacher. You notice he didn't harm you. He just transformed, he come close to you, and you reacted. You said, "Oh shit, that's a monster." Let's do this. And then,
Yeah, he was not being a threat. He may
yeah,
have been, he may have appeared to be threatening, but he was not a threat.
exactly. He didn't fight back. He just stand there and let her what she wanted to do. She cut him. She could say she got some kind of blade, and it was like small like a grass and it's long, and she went whoosh, and then it cut him out. It cut him to pieces. He grow another body. You know,
mm.
she cut his arm off, his head off. He grow another head. Like, what the heck? In the dream, she was fighting. It's like, whoa, like okay, to the point, right? To the point that she got tired. She said, "I can't beat this guy. He's tough." He's like, and then a voice tell her, "Come back to the house." Like that was it. And then she looked all his army right there, but they couldn't pass through the barrier because the reasons they can't pass the barrier because the alien teacher just there to teach them not to harm her, you know, to teach her not to harm her. But he can pass through the barriers we want, but he does not because that would spook her. So okay, that means the voice said, "Okay, come back to the house. That's enough." And then that's what the training was. That's it. And she said, "Oh my God, his army was surrounding." She worried, so she said, "Can I do that?" "Yeah, I can do something." Zalvini naked magic, and then finally told her that was the reptilian teacher coming to teach you superpower. That's why he did,
Mm.
you know. That's just to show you, your bottom magic didn't work on him because that's the teacher. That's your power come from them, you know. Ain't that beautiful? They
Mm.
were immune to her bottom magic.
What an experience.
Yeah, you're right. Many people were like, whoa, when she in the morning, she heard my voice messages to her. And now it clicked. Oh my goodness. What do you think about that, Carlos? Oh,
Must have got busy.
Uh-oh.
I think that was awesome. Yeah, you got a little busy over here.
Yep, she got her training.
Yes, you did.
So does she get more, or is that a pass?
This is something she, because we're all training superpower, and she's been missing out because of monkey, like a kid.
Yeah, yeah, yeah.
He get jealous, he get issue, he get emo, because he's a Pisces. That's what he does.
Yeah,
Pisces,
they want the attention.
and then when he didn't have attention, he started acting out. You know, does that help? See, so yeah, that's what's going on. Yes. So what's going on with Maya D? Okay, he said he found something. Kimmy found something called it virtual Elbach working with it now. Oh,
Albot.
fun.
He found a bot.
Yeah. Oh my. No, he's trying to upload the game into Apple Store, right? So there's a certain criteria you have to fulfill.
That's a lot of work, isn't it?
Well,
Is
once it
is
came up, you can update it and upgrade it, and
is his device helping him make the game or develop the game?
actually
Is Kimmy's?
I am. I'm putting money for it,
Ah,
and also I'm writing the script, the narrative, you know. Cause
ah.
yeah, I have a knack for bullshitting. Superversion. And people, oh, and that bullshit fake, I can make real bullshit or bullshit real. I have that gift.
Yeah, you got to make bullshit real.
I have the gift, you know. So my gift is I can make anything fake real. I can make anything real fake. Just like I brought down Florence. I saw it, I make her fake, Then I point it out. And boom, you see that? Carlos catch on. If she was an ally, I can make everything she say true if I want.
Mm.
But she will be my enemy. Therefore, I will crush her. So I make everything she say fake. And people will see it. Fake and real is up to me. Whatever I want to be real, it will be real. What I want to be fake, it will be fake. There's nothing, a damn thing they can do about it. Just like I can make water into alcohol at will, like that.
And make words into money.
Say it again, please.
Make words into money.
Exactly. Anything I want. With that kind of power, you're the same thing as God on earth. But I want to share my gift to everyone.
Yeah.
Because I don't think I don't want to be alone. I want to have people to have social life with, play with. What's
Yeah,
good
have
is if
fun.
I have this gift and no one else. I don't feel no. The gift was given for me to help others to have it too.
Mm. Well,
Yeah.
I have met people who have gifts to help people and heal them, and they're pretty nasty.
Yeah.
Some
They are.
that I have met online are pretty nasty people.
You be more nastier. You learn my bullshit power now. You be more nastier than them toward them and not to regular people, okay?
Oh, I blocked him as a horrible person.
Well, what did they do, baby? What
His name is Ed Stracker. Ed
Dracula, like
Stracker.
dragon, like a vampire. Dracula.
Oh, is that right? Stracker, yeah. Oh.
Telling you he's a Draco. He wanna be like Dracula,
Ah.
vampire. So what does he do? He say have healing power.
Yeah, but he's very cruel to people. Like, he'll take all their money. I'm talking like $25,000 for a healing. And then he calls them stupid, idiots, don't know anything. And this lady, she was a New Zealander, very heavily depressed, and she ended up committing suicide. And he told the husband that she was stupid.
Mhm. What did her husband say?
Well, put him on 60 Minutes. So anyone who watched it found out about it. But he didn't care, even though he was on 60 Minutes. He didn't care. And I was going to do his course because my girlfriend introduced me to him. I was going to do his course, and I asked him a few questions. He told me I was stupid. So I thought, oh, he was nasty.
Well,
Well, I'll go good. You can be nasty too. You could probably dissolve his power. That way you don't have to worry about him again.
nasty too. Now you tell your girlfriend she needs to be my student because I'm super nasty than him. Because I teach you how to be super nasty. Does that make sense?
Yeah, but he's scary. Like, didn't want his energy near me. So I blocked him on every level. Everything I could, I blocked him.
Hear me. That's why you come to me, because to me you can handle and tolerate.
Oh, yeah, but you're fun. And you're
Yes,
very kind.
yes, that I am. I'm very giving. I'm very, I tell you the truth. I tell you how it's done. I give it a whole 9 yards. But as far as stupid, he one, no one, because you can't be a rock star without fans.
Yeah. Yes, you need your fans.
Well, you tell all your New Zealand comrade, you found the real crazy man, and he still superpower because of that, how 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 to use how I taught you. Was simple.
There's a lot of interference now.
That's Ruby.
Oh,
Mute him, Carlos. Claim host.
What happened?
You can claim host.
Oh, okay. Hold on a second.
yeah, I can't hear Kosol when he's talking.
Yeah, we also got Eric. That's Eric. He gets a lot of background. There you go.
Okay. Yeah,
Yeah.
that's what because a lot of people can heal and they talk crazy, but me, I heal, I talk crazy, and everybody says, "Oh, healing come from God." No, healing don't come from God. I tell you where healing come from. Healing was always you, but you just forgot that you are healing. So my job is to help you remember. That's all I did.
Remember who you are. Yeah. That's cool.
Yeah. And I don't know why your girlfriend think that guy is special, because I'm beyond special. I'm a realist.
Oh, you way surpassed that. Yeah.
Mm.
And I think when people learn what you have, it's addictive.
Exactly. I saw Henry, he added you and you were scooping me out and he was waiting different option. Then you saw what we do. And then you realize, oh, this is it, Now Henry adding some other people.
Yeah. I saw that.
And I want to talk shit now. I love you, Monica, but I have to talk shit. And when Henry came into a world, people don't know him from Adam, right?
Mhm.
And Henry started to, I don't know, using Kelsey credit card or something when he buy my device. And then next thing you know, the money got absorbed it back. I said, what the hell is this? So I finally shut off his device, right? I shut it off. Say, man, this guy, he did me wrong, Henry. And then when Henry, I shut off his device, next thing you know, Henry came onto the show. Say, hey, my device ain't working. I say, where's my money? Because if you didn't pay pay the bill for the product, then I have to shut it off. And then he started stealing money, and then I turn the device back on. And then it's about working again. I say,
Yeah, he told me that. What happened?
Oh my goodness, it was funny. And then one of our member now who's a part of us anymore. Her name Monica. Oh, he didn't like him. She did not feel comfortable with Henry.
Oh,
I don't know.
really?
On because she don't know Henry. That's the thing.
And
So,
Henry's very
yeah.
slow when he talks.
Uh-huh.
But Henry's very slow when he talks. But you can trust him.
Yeah, but that's the whole thing. Monica and Henry, they seem to have friction. Henry don't feel Monica feel friction with him, like
Yeah.
so I'm trying to figure out what's going on. Then it occurred to me, this is past life issue. Yeah.
Oh.
Uh-huh.
Oh, that's interesting.
Because she don't have any knowing him in this life. He didn't do anything wrong, and that means this feeling comes from past life. They might have some kind of interaction style in past life. So that kind of trigger thing in this life. Does that make sense?
Yep.
Mhm.
Ah. I've got past life issues with all my family.
I
Oh.
know. And the amazing thing. They're all right. But today I talk about the subject where Cynthia, she brought her friend. And her friend that went through the ritual accepted through our community. But Cynthia did. We all believe in Cynthia, but we just don't feel comfortable with her friend because she didn't go through the complete ritual. And she say, "Oh, her friend spent $100. That don't mean a damn thing. They have to buy the device. She need to pay $450 more to have a P6, and then she have to come and train and mingle with the community, and so we can all trust her and accept her within a network. Does that make sense? It's
Oh,
fair
yeah.
game. Yeah.
Yeah, it's not open shop.
No. No. Our panel is for in-house panel, so we don't open to outside panel. Does that make sense?
Yeah. Yeah. I like it.
Yeah, of course, it's safety.
Mm.
You want to be valuable in our community, you get the damn device, you come join the community, and you participate, and then each member will gravitate to you on their own right. I can't force my community to say, "Oh, trust this person." No, that's each to everyone heart to feel comfortable or not.
That's right. Yeah. Just because I trust someone doesn't mean that they're trustworthy with somebody else. So it has to be tested, tried by fire.
Exactly.
And we are all tested, and we're all got to go through the fire.
And then when someone said they know things going on the med bed, no, you're not. Because when people inside the med bed, I said not everyone experiences the same thing, similar but not the same. The med bed has catered it to your unique physiology when I assign you. The AI
Yes.
catered to your unique emotional, psychological, and physiology, and no one can tap in. Only the operator and the AI.
Yeah.
The
Yeah.
experience. That's it within our network. But no one outside can tap in.
And you feel that too. You feel that when you're in the med bed. We haven't done a med bed for a while.
But the future people don't make mistakes. They're about security. They're very master in security. Quantum security.
And
Why,
when they're doing that healing, you have to.
yeah,
It's just like when you go to a practitioner here, it's not everybody else listening. It's just you and the practitioner.
exactly.
So why would it be any different? You don't want other people coming in
Why?
and
Why you think the future is an open policy? Are you kidding me? If that's so, then they can just infuse their knowledge into my brain without taking me to the future. But they have to take me to the future to train. So you see, they're telling you it's an earning process. What they're teaching you is a spiritual process, sacred, you know?
Mm. Yeah.
Mm.
It's
And
a
they,
treasure.
Mhm.
I mean, what you told us about the other day, I was so intrigued. You know, with the cold fusion, I had to, as soon as that happened, as soon as I could, I just went and bought that glow mushroom.
Oh yeah, I saw the glow mushroom. You bought 2 or 3 of them, right? Yeah.
Yeah, and I've got glass containers, and I'm going to put them through the house. Because didn't you say when we have them as light, it also emits and helps to heal our bodies, and makes that proton in our bodies stronger?
And not just that, you can put your hand over and talk to and activate it because the future uses
Ah,
technology. See, you have it already in nature. The reason I want to raise a lot of money to go to the university, let them splice a mango with some a lucerne gene, and
mm,
then back here from whatever to have an own glow tree that is made from university, and then nature have it. They took nature and just applied it to another brand of nature. That's all they did, and just to have it. Then we can wrap a solar thing onto it and say, hey, they have cold fusion and 0 point energy from nature. Here you go.
yeah,
You see? And
that is exciting.
Carlos, he agreed because that's energy, radiating photon. That's something, but there's energy going on there, and it's cold and it's not hot. So by definition, it's cold fusion. It's room temperature, isn't it, Carlos?
Yes.
Right there in front of you, and without the academia lab, where you get cold fusion in nature, the glowing mushroom. Firefly have it too, but it's small. But the glowing mushroom is huge. It's bigger. It's something more practical.
In fact,
And
he
Because
keeps
wanted
it.
Mhm.
Olga. He wanted to do the splicing with a mango tree, so he can
Mm.
have glowing mangoes. I said, yeah, he'll probably eat so much of it that his eyes will glow at night.
Yeah,
And then I said, you'll give the new meaning to glowing pea.
exactly.
I said,
You you eat.
we'll have to see if he uses the bathroom and turn off the light, see if it glows at night.
Exactly. Oh, it would.
Everyone will be calling you alien. Your eyes will be boop, boop.
Mhm,
Yeah. You can imagine he'll be creepy as hell at night. So all I see in the distance is these glowing eyes.
mhm.
Oh.
That's pretty cool, though.
Yeah, but I kind of bring up the subject, and people who saw the video was amazed. You know,
Oh, yeah. Who else is going to tell us that information? That is
nobody.
so simple. It's right there. Who and I really appreciate that. Who else is going to tell you that information? I can't understand when you tell us that, and of course, anyone who listens to YouTube, they hear that as well, and then they still do nothing. I don't understand that.
That's like the same thing with all them Carrie Cassidy. Oh, they don't give credit to me, right? But I the one that told everyone that the virus has AI. Does that make sense?
Yes.
Yeah.
And like Bashar, he came in December, told everyone it's going to be 2029. But who's the one that say first before Bashar? See, I did. And that same year, 2019, November the 15th, in that video, you saw I post a video, part one, part two, what they're learning like. There, I summoned the device into my hand and tell me stuff
Yeah,
about,
but
you know.
I looked at a few things of Bashar online, and he doesn't tell you anything unless you pay. It's only like 3 or 4 minutes of an introduction, and that's it. You go for like 2 hours.
Exactly. Just to show you how accurate my information is. Because we're Bashar from the future. He got part. He said the same thing we have. But we are 6,575,040 years in the future.
Yeah, I'm about to say you're just a little farther down the line.
More advanced.
more advanced, more organized, more simpler. And Bashar always teach follow the joy. That's true. We have that too. But unlike Bashar race, we follow pain and suffering as the greatest tool of all for spiritual transformation and awakening, or realization, or remembering. We use the pain and suffering principle.
And
Now,
also with the pain and suffering principle, correct me if I'm wrong, when people do come at you with like to attack you, you can see through it because you understand the pain and suffering.
Absolutely.
So it
In order,
makes you stronger.
you have
I'll
to
go.
say,
Yeah. See, the thing is, people have been through so much that when you say pain and suffering, they equate it with pain and abuse and trauma. And we're not talking about that type of pain and suffering. But the masters can go through pain and trauma and recover because they push themselves that far, because they're going to the next level. But on the average, we're talking about pain and suffering. I mean, think about it. If you want to be a doctor, you're going to spend a lot of nights studying and going over them books. That's pain and suffering.
also, but also with cadavra. Yes, as a doctor, you have cadavra.
A cadaver.
Yes, cadavra. Body.
Yeah.
Cut it up.
Yeah. And so, so they're in essence, you look at a baby, how does it learn to walk? It has to go through pain and suffering because it has to stand up and fall down. That's part of the process. So pain and suffering will teach you some things. I call pain and suffering your beacons. They will tell you where you need to heal and correct and do some interchanges. And that when you heal it, you move to the next level. So that is a great teacher as long as you know how to use it.
Absolutely. And also my device, the cube, because the device, guess what it produced? It has interface. You don't need chip. It bypass that. It use your arm. It use what you already got, and it upload information into your brain directly. The people in the future realize that the brain is already a computer. Why reinvent it when nature's already built one right there?
Yeah.
And the people in the future realize we don't have to create anything because we wanted cold fusion. Guess what we did? We have two avenues. One, we look at the sun. Hey, it's already there. Fusion, And the other one is, oh, we already have one. The mushroom, the kingdom. Right? So we say we want that into the tree. More study. I say, okay, let's do it like that. So we go to call the people on the scientists. Hey, can you put that in the tree? Yeah, we can do that. So they did it. And next thing you know, we got us a big tree that glow really bright like the sun. And we just built solar cell that is so sensitive, right? We just improve what's been given to us, right? By our ancestors.
Yeah, how clever.
And the glowing tree power a ship because we have enough solar. Once you have some kind of electricity, then from there, our scientists create amplifier. That's all they did. Step up, step down, voltage. We increase the voltage, and then we have a circuitry that increase the amp, and that's all we did. But as long as we have constant power being put up, and that's all we did, and we keep the tree healthy. We engineer it grow roots and feed on, and we guess what will happen? This is the best part about our technology. Inside a tree, a glowing tree, we have two types of water, fresh and salty. So one half of the root, so that side, it feed on fresh water to regulate pH. And the other side of the root, we adapted it to live on salt water, seawater we call. And why? You know why? Come on, guys. Salt
Yeah,
water.
because it
Yeah.
oxidizes.
Ethereum, yeah. And the other side is fresh water, good for pH. So the tree absorb both,
I don't know much about the chemistry side of things, but what you're saying, I got your book arrived the other day, and I noticed in your your book, you have a mention to a guy called Jim Humble.
Mhm.
And to me, his technology of healing works the same way as what you're just describing the tree.
Mhm. As you can see, the future, you make the future. People in this time make the future. Internet became Unimetrix One. Your solo science became the heart of, and the luminous plant became the heart of civilization. We wanted a
Nice.
whole fusion sun, so we didn't have to engineer. We just took what already been given to us by you guys, the ancestor, the ancient ancestor, and we just make it more efficient. That's all we did. Our
Yeah,
job
nice.
more efficient, not to change anything, but to look at the principle and make it more simpler and more efficient than before. That's all we did. Not to add or to change, because in our culture we have glowing tree everywhere, thanks to your time.
Nice.
The
We
future
have to go there.
is you already here. I brought the future to you. Besides, in your time, you guys don't appreciate anything that you have. You're very wasteful. You're in a,
Yes.
and you're very picky about everything.
Yes. Yes.
You don't
Critical.
see food with equal value. But in the future, we don't think that way. In order to be efficient, you can't have unequal value or anything. You have to treat everything as sacred. It's valuable. Doesn't matter. Kid, children, relationship, plants. And by studying the plant, we understand how energy is taking it and reconstructed, how plant grow. By also studying our own body, we learn the mechanism, how cell grow hair and DNA. We engineer by capitalizing on, for example, we grow what we call ship nail. Ship nail is like the cow horn. We inject cellular that responsible for growing nail, right, with aluminum essence, and it grow aluminum horn. And then we reshape the horn into grow into a ship.
Ah,
All we did. We just took the cell and cultivated it. And then we
super
took
smart.
the cell, yeah, and we inject into the animal and they start to grow too. Make sure the blood type is correct. But we can put into a test tube, right? A test tube, big test tube, and we let the cells start growing, become the heart function in the ship. I keep growing and regenerating the horn. And the horn become a ship. And we can reshape it any way we want by giving it the exact information. It's a luminous. You see how we use biology? People in the future use everything through biotech. We didn't have to create anything. We just
Yeah.
capitalize.
And it protects everything at the same time. So you're not destroying anything.
We just we create a structure where nature can infuse itself with that structure. By the where the structure of creation come from. We just use nature to create nature. That's all we do.
And it grows really fast. If you look at nature, it grows really fast. Things out there grow fast
But
if you take care of them.
Make it efficient. We want it to go faster. We look at the gene that does that, and we infuse one cell with that gene, and then we let it mitosis, and then become that. Then we inject that into an organism, and we shape the whole system. And that's all we did. We didn't do anything special. Does that help?
Yeah, that is special.
Why recreate the whole system in the system then created by nature?
Yeah.
A quantum computer, a glowing tree, or your device right there. So because since they send me back in time, right? They know that I don't have biotechnology at my disposal nor the funding to do it. So they give me an artificial version, the Q device. Does that make sense?
Mm-hmm.
Are they smart?
Yes. Took us a long time to go back to nature.
The future
Everything is here.
economic. Does that make sense? It's
Mm-hmm.
it's dynamic in an economical way.
Yeah, it's awesome. I have never liked electronic stuff. I mean, we use phones and things because we communicate, but you know, they sell all these gadgets and things, or these electronic
Yeah.
things that will save your life. I've never ever
Okay,
liked them.
okay. The reason is we found out that in the future, electromagnetic energy was very harmful to the
Oh yeah,
human system, and that's why the government of the future banned our electronic, uh, mechanical nature. You know,
yeah,
and that's why they turn to biotechnology nature, more efficient that way. Because as you can see, the body will harness with kinetic energy, and biosystem process organic energy by pranic energy very efficiently, which is life force. So by using life force as the electricity of the future, so our electrical energy can be powered by cold fusion tech such as solar cell. So electrotronic is very nanoparticle now,
mm,
So radiation, electromagnetic radiation is very minimal at best. It's
awesome.
just photon is the key to our technology. So light, and guess what? Fluorescent biotechnology is used. That means our technology
Fluorescent.
will produce light.
That's the glowing plants.
Yes. And it's more healthy. It has
Yeah.
photon. Photon is the key to health. Does that make sense? That's why you
Oh
see.
yeah.
Mhm.
Yep. My brain's learning all the time, and it, I might not understand it 100%, but it resonates with my thinking.
Okay, here you go. You see that? This is the technology. It's the best. The solar cell
Mm-hmm.
have everything put next to the glowing monster with charge your phone. That's it. And the shit
Oh,
organic, like that.
is
You know,
that right?
yeah.
That's clever.
And the reason is our technology is so advanced because it's in harmony with the body, the body resonance. Does that make sense? And the human
Yep.
resonance.
Yep.
So our
Yes.
technology follows human resonance, in the future because it promotes health that way. A building, a structure, a temple, a ship is in shape of fractal because it's in tune with the human resonance of the planet of the cosmos. That's why. So that's why we don't create technology to go above the human resonance. We create technology to conform with the human resonance. Even our electronic circuitry and technology is in harmony with the human resonance. How's that for a kicker? There's two
Cool.
types of resonance.
Super cool.
There's galactic, there's planetary, and there's human. And they all follow fractal pattern. Fibonacci. So does that help?
Oh yeah. It simplifies it.
Because human being a priority is to develop and cultivate your consciousness, psychic ability. So look at your device, your cue. You see that? It uses psychic energy. It's more efficient that way. And the device amplify your ability. With our intent and purposes, we call this psychotronic technology. Like huge, like
Ah,
psychotronic.
it's a new word for me. Psychotronic.
Mm-hmm. Yep. There's no technology.
Psychotronic ability.
It's just the shape itself create the high efficiency functionality of it. So that's the reason the future play with many variant of technology, but they're all in harmony with the human light body. With like the human light body is photon. Does that make sense?
Yes.
If people in the future see how your technology produces electromagnetic radiation is flooding the system, they will freak out immediately. That's the reason they can't come to us because the environment we're living is lethal to them. That's the reason they send me. Does that make sense? That I can live in a life is immune to electromagnetic radiation. So that's why they bring in the device. It creates a force field around you to protect you from electromagnetic radiation.
Yeah, I know.
It's
I was
nothing.
speaking to a
There's
guy
nothing.
who makes
Radiation.
orgonites and
There's nothing wrong with
sorry.
electromagnetic, but the people in the future is sensitive to it. They can't handle it, but you can. You guys can. You see. So that the people in the future have weakness too.
Oh yeah, because if that's the way that they're living, it's like they have been, what do you call, like incubated in their world.
Environment. Yes, they are the product of their environment.
Yeah.
So because the technology work on photon more, our technology work on electromagnet more. They do have hybrid system, and that's the reason they give us the Q device so we can, for us to understand them. And then this technology, the Q, is work on both level. It can interface with electromagnet because we are electromagnetic gravitation being as human beings. The Earth is gravitational. The people in the future is light being, more photon.
I like that one. More photon. Is it photon or proton?
Photon, light
Photon, yeah.
is a wave.
Yeah.
But like I say, you are product of your environment, But I
Yeah.
just want to tell you that we can operate on both electromagnet or photon. Us, human. Hello.
Quarter to 5 here.
My time's about 2:45.
Oh, you must be finishing work soon, are you?
What's that?
Are you at work?
Yeah, I'm at work.
Oh yeah.
It's
You've got
quieter
a
here. Quieter than Eric's spot. Eric is noisy. He's a busybody. He's busy over there.
Yeah, got a good job.
Yeah, I do the same thing Kosol does, but a different location.
Oh, okay.
Same company too. I work for Allied Universal security company.
Yeah, cool. Security jobs.
Yeah.
You're only there in person when they need you.
Yeah, I work 2 different companies. There's one I use that I work for every so often on the weekends for special events, which that took a hit. Things are picking up back up a little bit.
I started this job, and it's called Coin, Qoin. So it's backed by Microsoft and I think JP Morgan. And we're giving merchants 100 coin. And at the moment, the coin's worth $2.70. You think you can give it away? Can't even give it away. Unbelievable, isn't it? People are like, oh no, Oh no. And that just that people have no idea
A lot of
what digital
misinformation.
currency is. They've
What
no
is there's a lot
idea.
of there's a lot of misinformation. Mark
Yeah.
of the beast and all this other stuff.
Yeah. Yeah. Literally giving them almost $300 and they're going, no. So I need to turn that into realness somehow. I think it's great. I didn't even hesitate. I just took it.
There you go. You have an idea.
Yeah, the more I can give away, the more better it is for me. But only to merchants. You know, we're not giving it to Joe Blogs on the street. So it's to help business people.
I hear something in the background. Something like some type of whistling.
Oh, it's the birds. I
Uh,
was wondering if you could hear that. Yeah, they're waking up. Sometimes you can, sometimes this time in the morning you can hear the kookaburras, but they're quiet this morning. And they can go, when they go, you can't even hear anything. You just hang up the phone.
we have these Egyptian geese that are around here. Early in the morning and late in the evening, they start with their honking, and they do it for hours, for an hour or two, and they're loud and they're annoying.
And the frogs going. The birds
What
wake
do you-
up, the frogs go.
Yeah, the froggies. And in Puerto Rico, we have the little tree frog called coqui. And they're called that because they make a certain particular sound when they're during their calls.
So do you take your device to work or do you leave it at home?
No, I bring it with me to work.
Oh, is that right?
Yeah, that's why I got a spiral, because I knew I'd need something that's sturdy.
Oh, okay. And so it tells you things, tells you, you get impressions of something's going on beforehand.
Not always, 'cause I'm usually busy doing something. I have it here with me, but I don't always use it because it's one of those places that it's slow, but it gets busy. Not busy. Something happens every so often when you got to stop, and you get frequent interruptions, I should say. So I have it with me, but I don't really do much with it.
Oh, okay.
But but if I sit still and quiet and I pay attention to it, then I receive impressions. If I receive anything, I'm usually not aware of it until I sit down and become still. And that's a challenge here at work.
Yeah. What are you doing? Meditating.
Yeah, you got to keep your eyes open. So it's like, it's challenging to do that.
Yeah, I just want to be working for myself somehow and making money. So are you in Texas as well?
No, I'm in Florida.
Which is up the road.
A little farther east. But I live in the
So
East Coast,
Texas is
Texas.
south of you, is that right?
No, Texas is more towards the west of me.
Oh, okay.
It actually sits up a little higher, a little farther north than we are as well.
Ah,
They're like in central United, they're the south part, but the center part of the U.S. Just over,
Oh,
just
okay.
over Mexico. Basically, they're just over Mexico. So it gives you an idea. Yeah, it's
Suppose.
if you think about Australia, think of a different regions or whatever you call it. For us,
Yeah.
that's like we have like different 50 states is actually like 50 regions, probably regions in Australia, so to speak. But
Yeah.
maybe not as big. So in essence, and
Yeah,
so
we
he's in a
got like
state. He's like in a
7
state like
states.
yeah. So he's
7
like in a
states,
state
which are massive.
that is close to Mexico, and I'm way all the way towards probably one of the farthest points east, other than I think New York or something like that. But New York
But,
is way up north. I'm way at the bottom south.
oh, okay. So I'm north and Victoria's way south.
Okay.
But we're both on the East Coast.
Okay.
And to go to the West Coast is a 5-hour flight.
Ooh, ouch.
Yeah, 5 hours to get to the West Coast. People go, well, why can't we go to the West Coast? And you're like, see you in 6 months.
Well, I'm not sure how long. How you doing? I think ours is. I think it might be longer than flying time. I could be wrong, but for a straight flight, I think it would take 4 hours also. But I'm not 100% sure. I think if we done a straight flight, it'd be 4 hours. But there's usually a lot of layovers.
Oh,
But a
okay.
straight flight, good. I know it's taken me from here to Las Vegas, which is almost by California. It's taken us like 3 2-hour flights. We're not even going to we're heading west, but we're not at the West Coast. To give you an example.
So that's one stopover.
One, sometimes 2, but it's, I said 3 2-hour flights.
See, over
So
here, there's
layovers,
really no.
there's an hour layover in different locations on the way.
Oh, okay. See, within Australia, there's really nowhere to stop over. There's no point taking a stopover for a cheaper flight because you're still on the East Coast. So you might as well just fly direct. There's nowhere to stop over.
Well,
It's just empty.
That do,
If we had the population of America, just imagine how amazing Australia would be. We could fit half the world in Australia. It's empty. People just live around the coast. That's where the majority of the population is.
I guess such. I guess that's the in Australia that is a safer place to live is around the coast.
Aussies don't work.
If you go to the middle of Australia, it's I think it's mostly desert and everything's trying to kill you.
Yeah, nature's alive. Actually, interesting you mention that, because in the desert, in the middle of Australia, they have a lot of glowing plants. A lot of them. They just, they grow in the desert. And all the desert flowers, everything like that, they all glow.
Oh, wow.
Amazing, eh? I just clicked when you said that, because they're what do you call it? Because they have to hold so much water inside them, like the aloe plant.
Yeah. Yeah.
So there's lots and lots, and if they get rain, sometimes it doesn't rain for years and years. If they get rain, it just, all these plants just sprout from the ground, and they're all like glowing plants. They're amazing. But they have one of the biggest weather modification machines, if you want, in the middle of Australia, in Alice Springs.
Oh, wow.
Yeah, one of the biggest weather modifications. You can see the scalar waves in the sky at times. You know how they look like the sand when the waves are coming in, and the sand's all ripply. You can see the scalar waves in the sky. Yeah, that they're modifying the weather. Can't wait for all that to be gone,
Yeah, no, really.
and just nature comes back to natural. Because in the middle of Australia, it's called Alice Springs. So why is it so dry?
Yeah.
There must be like great big springs and water artesians under the ground.
Probably. Probably so. Let's go with Dr. Che. That's most likely true. Underwater springs. In fact, did you see that? I don't know if you were there. I don't know if you were there last night. I don't think you were. When we done the Stargate to underground springs over where he's at in Mexico.
No, but I saw something on their Telegram. Someone wrote, "We got to do a Stargate to the well," or something like that.
Yeah, exactly. He's trying to do a well by drilling a well on his property so he can get some water for him and his neighbors. And they've got to a certain point, but they still got no water, and they're wondering why. And so when we checked it out, there was a being that was, I guess, insectoid type being, basically saying, you don't have proper permission, but to get it, that's why you run into problems. But if you do, but if you keep going, you're going to cause a lot of problems. You're going to, negatively impact a lot of. There are beings that are dependent on that water. That cause a lot of problems to those beings that depend on that water. And he was trying to get permission, so you have to go much higher to get permission.
Oh,
and
okay, yeah.
He kept on warning him, if you can continue, it's going to cause a lot of problems. It's going to cause you some personal problems as well. But she wanted to say yes or no to give permission or anything. And she told him, basically you have to go and ask those who are more knowledgeable and know this land better. Those who've been here for a long time.
Yeah.
So, and he kept on trying to push the issue, and I can understand to degree, because he's put a lot of time and money But I think he sort of irked some beings by what he done because he didn't go through the proper procedures to begin with.
Yes, yes. I believe that when you're tapping into things like that, you must ask permission. That is
Yeah.
very big here in Australia. A lot of things that people do, like people who respect the earth and everything, they will first go to the Aboriginal elders of that area, and you have to sit down and speak with them, and that you have to accept their answer. If their answer is no, you can't do it.
Yeah. And I don't think he done that from what I'm getting because he didn't get permission. But
So,
you know, and they didn't. So in essence,
Permission, like permission. No, we can override people because that don't work on us at all.
no. Dr. Jose as well. He didn't ask permission, not from the government. He
From
didn't
the
get
beach.
proper authorization to build the well at his property in Mexico.
That's
And
why.
we've done a Stargate. We've done a Stargate, and we went and that's what one of the beings said. And if he does it, it will be detrimental to various societies that are there that are dependent on that water, and it would also cause him personal problems as well. So I don't think he got the proper permission from the get-go. But it also the well will cause a problem for various people as well. So the guidance was to go talk to people to reevaluate where he really needs, and go talk to people that have been there longer and know more about that that what's going on there, so that he doesn't cause detriment and they can offer him some other alternatives.
so why don't we just nullify the weather modification, things that they have in place that's stopping the rain or that's pushing the rain away from the earth out to the ocean?
Why you want to need to notify? You have biomed to make weather at will.
Oh,
Don't mess with other people project because your ancestor, the people of the future, came from governmental cabal.
okay.
Remember, we're here to change the present by helping the future. We're not here to alter anything, but to enhance a certain thing. Does that make sense?
Oh, okay. Yes,
Yeah.
yes. Yeah.
Everything that you have in this timeline mirror the future as well. But we took things that you don't enhance, we enhance it. That's all we did. So
Oh, okay. So
modification, whether it's a beautiful thing, you can use it to change many things. But you know how people in your time, you like to change into a weapon. That's why human being became known as the destroyer, species of the repurposing. We just a
so
chip
that,
of the old block. That's how we
yeah.
are. Now I'm here to take out starseed and light workers because we're the future that don't like them because they are false prophet. They are empty promises. Does that make sense?
Oh, yeah. Yeah. They don't, yeah, you're always chasing rainbows.
Exactly. They waste a resource. They just waste of air, The Nazi regime does not put up with fantasy people. They only deal with practical people. Does that make sense? In the future.
Yeah.
You see the magic we brought back? Ain't that amazing? It's real. It can be applied.
Asparamine.
I have to be careful when I teach everything, because then the starseed might get into my technology and say, oh, they have it, this, that, like a floor. And you see, we are war against that type. They are fake. They are empty promises. This is what we call them. When I saw, I knew that either she joined me or we she'll get taken out by people like me.
Yeah, you don't learn anything.
No.
That's I
empty
guess
promise.
because I'm a practical person, but I don't feel that these people teaching enough like substance that you learn anything.
Yes, our ancestor, the Nazi learned from the yogi, from the rishi, stuff like that. The Vedic science, the Bhagavad Gita, the Egyptian of the dead knowledge. Why do you think the Nazi regime is so obsessed with world knowledge? Because they were looking for truth in all its and all it Putin and all it colonists. When you tell a
Ah,
story to a Nazi about things like myth, they don't see it as myth, they see it as practical science. That's how their mind works. Mine too. I'm the chip of the old block.
mm-hmm.
If anything, it's not a practical science. Like American, when they hear the story, they see it as rubbish. But when the Nazi hear it, they see it as practical science. Do you see?
Yeah, it's got substance.
Yeah. But when I hear the story, see they talking, I don't I don't see it as rubbish. For some reason, it's not practical in anything.
No.
Because I'm looking at the author themselves, I'm seeing nothing but bullshit, you know. But when you guys hear me talk the same bullshit, but you see it, but I able to apply it. You notice that?
Exactly. Yeah.
You see?
You get results.
I get result. I read practical substance.
You guys have been on for a long time now.
Yeah. Been on for 2 hours and 34 minutes.
Oh, okay. Oh, well, I guess it's time to say good morning.
Good morning. What time is it where you're at?
5:10 in the morning.
Oh, wow. You're early bird.
Yeah. I've
You
always
like them
been up.
birds. You like
Yeah,
them
I've
birds.
always yeah. Yeah, I've always been that early bird.
But you use them as an alarm clock. They're saying time to get up. Is that what you do sometimes? You use them as an alarm clock?
No. I get
No.
you get used to them. Yeah. So I love nature. I have a bird bath here, just a little one, and I watch the birds fighting each other because they want it for their territory. Then I have a raven come in, and I don't know where he gets his bread from, this raven, but it's a whole slice of bread, right? He drops it in the bird bath, then he takes off. So obviously he wants it all soppy. He takes off, and the other birds come in and eat his bread. Then he comes back and he fights for his bread. Then I go out and I tip it out, and then I fill up the bird bath with clean water again because some birds won't bath in it because the bread's in it.
Yeah.
So I fill it up, and he comes back with another piece of bread. I'm like, where the heck is he getting all this bread from? And it's a whole slice of bread. It's not just broken up bits. He comes with a whole slice of bread.
Where are you swiping it from? Yeah.
Yeah, it's like, where's he getting his bread from? And this is every day, like 3 or 4 times a day. Comes
Somebody's
with his
feeding
bread.
him, or are you swiping it from some store or something?
Yeah, it's like, it's a whole slice of bread. That's every day. Where's he getting the bread from?
Yeah, that's not good for them. Eating it is not good for them. White bread is really bad for the stomach and for the body. So
That's
it's
probably
getting-
why it drops it in the bird bath. But yeah, every day he does that, and then the other birds come and have a feast. So I tip it on the ground, and then the birds come and eat it from off the ground. Then he comes with another piece. So it's amazing. It's like, where the heck? There's a bakery down the road, but I think that's too far to fly with the piece of bread because the bread would just break in the wind.
I remember seeing this short video. I think it was a TikTok video that was on Facebook. The seagull comes and sneaks into a store. The front door's open, and he snatches one of the bags of chips that was and takes off running. I'm like, what? They know where the food's at.
Yeah, why go hunting when you've got a shop down the road?
Exactly.
So
They know where the
this
food's
raven is huge. It's a real big bird. But we have crows as well, and they're a bit smaller, but they get into the rubbish bins. And you can get, 4 crows on a rubbish bin, they'll tip it over and spew everything out on the road.
at. Oh. The crows are very smart. Crows and ravens are very smart.
Yeah, I like watching. They're beautiful birds, just black, bluey black.
Yeah. We got some here that are like they're sort of small. When we go down to the Everglades, they're huge. For ravens or for crows, they're huge. So if you look at a raven or crow down here where I'm at, you can say, let's say the head is about the size of a strawberry, let's say. But when you go to the Everglades, the head is about the size of maybe 2 or 3 strawberries. So they're bigger birds.
Yeah.
And they live out in the Everglades in the middle of nowhere. Wow.
Oh, the heads on these ones, the ravens, would be the size of a tennis ball.
Yeah.
Easy. They're big, big birds.
Yep.
I'm amazed that he goes into the bird bath. He's that big.
Wow.
But the kookaburras over here are big as well. They're a kingfisher. So they're a big bird. And I mean, they can be as big as quite a good sized cat. They have no fear of the animals. If they see something they feel is unjust, they just come and attack the animal.
Are those the black and white ones?
The kookaburras,
Yeah.
they're brownish with like that. Looks like they're wearing a mask because they have like cream, like their eyes are kind of black, but there's like cream, like a bandana around them.
How
So it
do
looks
you
like they
spell
were
kookaburra? How do you spell kookaburra?
Koobura.
Yeah.
No, Kook.
I got it. I want to take a look. Okay.
Nice looking bird. But they only like raw meat. They can eat like live animals. They don't mind live animals. Little ones, like rodents and things. They'll eat snakes.
Yeah, I see one picture here where they have like a little snake in the mouth. Or it's a worm. I think it's a worm.
Oh, it's probably a snake if it's a kookaburra. A worm is pretty little.
Yeah. And then there's another one, little other bird, like a hummingbird in its mouth or something. A little, yeah, a little parakeet type bird, little lovebird or something.
Finch.
Now this has a curved beak. It's green with a curved beak. It has a little red on the face, red feathers on the face. So it's eating little birds as well.
You get beautiful birds here, but because I've been making the gardens and making it nice for the birds, because I like to have animals in the gardens. Boy, you see some wars going on. They attack each other's nests and things. Like they're
Wow.
vicious little buggers.
I'll thing you can mess with people. If you make like a fake human finger and leave it out for kookaburra, so they fly around with this finger in their hand and in their mouth. Really mess with people. Yeah.
Oh, they're freaky birds. They'll fly around with a blipping mouse in their beak. I was like,
Yeah.
oh,
I see a picture of one with a mouse in its beak.
yeah, it's gross. But and then again, you know, they clean the place up as well.
Yeah. Exactly.
Cats are the worst. We've got neighbour's cat there. He's the worst. Kills the birds. I came home one day. There was a magpie and another bird, and they were sitting on the fence. I drove in, and they made it very obvious they were staring at me, you know. And I thought, oh, this is new. I've never seen this before. And they sat on the fence, and they were just like giving me the evils, like staring at me. Anyway, I couldn't figure it out. Came inside, went out the back, and I saw all these feathers all over the ground. And I thought, oh, the bloody cat's come and got the bird, you know. I've never seen that before, but I've seen them when other birds, like say butcher birds, attacking the smaller birds will actually band together like mates. It's really, really amazing to watch the different ones that, you know, band together.
Yeah. We got mockingbirds. We have mockingbirds are small birds. They're not small, tiny birds, but they're a little smaller than the crows. But they're tenacious too. They will attack crows. They will attack an owl. They'll attack a hawk just to protect their nest.
What color are they?
They're brown, but they have white bands on their wings when they're flying.
Oh, okay.
Called mockingbirds. They sometimes mimic the calls of other birds. So I can find a picture of it.
Well, I hope I make another sale today.
What's that?
Hope I make another sale today. I had to get
Good.
10 conversions, 20 conversions for the month.
Ah.
Then I get 200 more coin. I don't mind getting paid in coin.
Just as touch of increasing.
Yeah. And November, you can convert it to cash if you want to.
Ah. That's good too.
Yeah, that's why I thought, oh, I'll get paid in coin, see how it goes. So
Yeah.
I need to change the negative people into positive and say yes.
Alrighty. Yeah. Here we go.
Are you still recording?
You know what? Yes, he is. I should go ahead and stop the live.